heartbreaking scenes of how children in some areas in this country are struggling just to go to school. Well, here at the Multimedia Group, we launched the classroom project over a year ago as a solution to two of the hundreds of weak school structures in this country. The first one, project situated at Breman Jamara in the Sikuma Odobin Brakwa district, is currently at the roofing stage and requires more funds for completion. The second project is in Tolong in the northern region. Over 700 school children will benefit from the project when completed. My colleague Richard Kojo is stationed at Breman Jamara DA Basic School site and joins us live with update. Kojo, what can you report from where you are?
I am currently at Breman Jamara. We remember 6 years ago, 6 kindergarten kids perished when they wanted to access education. 6 years on, the multimedia group decided to take up a project, but the project is at a roofing level. But Kojo, the current structure the students are studying in is in a deplorable state. This very wall, as soon as you hit it slightly, it shakes. And when it rains, the students have to vacate the classroom they study under, and then they run for cover. So they miss classes during the rainy season, and that is why the multimedia group decided that we will not allow any untoward thing to happen again before we rush in to report, but rather we are taking some proactive steps in ensuring that the children study under safe environment, under safe conditions. So the students are currently on break. We want to chat with a few of the students to gauge what and how they feel when it rains. What's your name? Your name is what?
Yes.
So which class are you?
Form 1.
Form 1. So tell me about this building. How does it feel studying in this classroom? In the classroom na ewa hade say esua za oyeden.
Esua de ye.
Enye, adenti na enye.
Say dan ye papa.
Enye papa. Adenti den na wo hu a office dan na enye papa. Okay. So it's the students want to tell us a lot more. So let me engage more of the school peoples. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
What's your name?
My name is Richard Nyaku.
Richard Nyaku. Oh, my namesake. You know my name is Richard Nyaku as well. Okay. So which class are you?
Form 2.
Form 2. Okay. So tell me about this building you currently study in. I mean, when it rains, what happens?
But say a dan in.
A dining him. I didn't see a dining him.
Say na say nsuba. But say nsu na eto na a dan e shake.
Sir. Okay. Inti se basa na den na moye.
Yeah, ebi wa wana say nsu na no ye de anan ya akọ. Ya kwewe. Ti say nsu na etia na ya sanso aba.
So we hu there wori sidan foforo bi wa hade. What share said wori sidan and oye hum den. Oye wonder. Na sisi edan wo nwie nti eba asem na ebeka ma edan wo ewie sisi ase nsuta edan hihim nsu no so obo hon classroom.
Acha me catch obi answer. Obi acho obi obetu abo bia omba yen see school down for.
So this is one of the pupils in this classroom. Let's move to the project that we are talking about, the new project that has reached the roofing level. So this is it. They have provided some kind of materials, but I mean, the strength is not enough to complete the entire thing. And that is why I am here. I am appealing to you. It's my project. It's your project. We do not want to wait any longer for other lives to be perished in the name of accessing education. Let me speak with the engineer that is overseeing the construction of this building. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So, what
Take two. to be able to complete the roofing, because as you can see, the roof members already have started coming on top. But we don't have enough wood to do that. And with the roofing, you're supposed to do all at a go because of balancing. So we can't say we are doing it in bits. It's not safe. It wouldn't augur well for the structure. So what we are appealing is that we need just support to be able to complete the roof.
How much are we talking about here?
The budget is close to about, let me say, 60,000 Ghana cedi. Talk about the roof and then the ceiling joints, the windows and the doors. Yes.
60,000 Ghana
just
cedis
to complete this whole structure. In maximum, when we have this funds, maximum 2 weeks, we should be able to finish this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the engineer of this project telling me that we need 60,000 Ghana cedis in order to complete this current project so that the children could move in and study in some good environment like their peers in the city. And so I'm appealing to the general public to help us out, 60,000 Ghana cedis to enable us complete this project. Kojo.
US would help us complete it. Now, for your support to complete the classroom project, send your donations to MTN Momo number 0593038832. 0593038832. The account name is the Multimedia Group Limited. For bank transfers, please send to Access Bank Ghana Limited, account number 00901010541910. 009010105419. Castle Road Branch, Accra. The branch code is 009 and the Swift code is ABNGGHAC. ABNGGHAC. You may also call 0242-161570 for more enquiries. 0242-161570 for more enquiries. The classroom project promoting social justice through philanthropy. And that's what we here at Multimedia are doing. And we are calling on you to support us to complete this project at Breman Jamara in the Central Region. Now let's stay a bit longer on this conversation, particularly on schools of shame, which highlight the poor state of classroom infrastructure at basic schools level. Joining us live is the president of NAT, Dr. Isaac Owusu, and Peter Anti of the Institute of Education Studies, and the spokesperson for Education Ministry, Kwesi Kwarteng. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us on this particular topic. Let me start with you, Kwesi. We've been grappling with this problem over the years. Why is it so difficult for the government through the ministry to help us find solutions to these challenges confronting particularly rural education?
All right, thank you, and very good morning to you, and of course my other panelists. Yes, it's true. I think you rightly hit it on the nail that we've been more or less, this is not the first time that we are seeing this challenge or this problem. Earlier on, when I spoke to your sister station on this same subject matter, I indicated that the challenges that are confronted within the education sector, being it challenges of access, being it challenges that has to do with the quality component, all has been systemic. It is not as though probably it came just yesterday or last year or last 2 years, but of course, I mean, the beauty of leadership is to embrace those challenges and to be able to address them. But of course, before I proceed to even talk about some of the interventions that under the leadership of the Minister, Dr. Yosef, which we've been able to profess, I would just like us to situate the conversation in a very proper perspective or context. And what is that proper perspective? You see, when you see some of these buildings, of course, I mean, I think the general classification is schools under trees. Averagely, we have an excess of 5,000 of them that we are confronted with as a country within education space. It is not a situation as though maybe government intentionally created those schools and abandoned them. If you look at the history of these schools, a lot of times what happens is that you may get a philanthropist who will go into a community, start meeting the children, start engaging them, and then out of that, a school develops. Sometimes you may have the community leadership who may say that, well, the only school available to us is quite far, so let us set up a school under tree. And you are having cumulatively an excess of 5,000 of these ones. Of course, as leadership, you have to absorb these schools and intervene and then resolve or transform these schools. And that is what we have been doing as leadership. So yes, there has been some level of interventions, not only at the basic level, even proceeding to the secondary, at the tertiary level. At every point there is infrastructure. But I wanted to open the conversation wide so that we appreciate that, yes, indeed, there have been some interventions. Of course, if you look at the data that I shared with your sister, Joy Prime, for instance, in the morning, averagely, even from the Ministry of Education, we have been able to tackle about over 887 projects in terms of infrastructure at the basic space. In terms of furniture, because if you see this case, I mean, the video that you are showing, they are not sitting on any furniture. But clearly, if you look at the statistics that we have on furniture distribution, for instance, between 2020 and 2021, for instance, dual decks alone, we sent almost 70,000 of these dual decks across the country. So what it means is that there is a systemic problem or systemic challenge that we are addressing as a country. The solution to this challenge obviously will not be an event. It's a process. It's not going to take a day. But I mean, as a leadership, we admit that responsibility, that we are tackling it head on. It's the more reason why we have organizations like Valco Trust Foundation, who has also taken up the mandate to also reform some of these schools under trees. But of course, I mean, the principle should be set right, that it is not as though it's a creation of government that has been neglected. Most of the times you'll be there. A lot of these schools, it's even interesting to know that it's even possible that they may not necessarily be recognized by the Ghana Education System. But largely, I admit that a lot of them are also recognized by the Ghana Education Service. Because
exactly, because you have teachers there. And again, you have said that it's sort of systemic. So if we know it's systemic, what interventions are we putting in place to ensure that we are able to correct that challenge that we have identified to be the cause of this?
Yes, so this has to do with a conversation about infrastructure. Within the immediate term, I for instance, let's even tackle it from Get Fund angle. I want to let you understand how endemic or systemic the challenge is from the perspective that between the year 2001, there were, up till the year 2017, Get funded what we call an infrastructure audit. With this infrastructure audit, about 3,659 school projects had been left at various stages of completion. Of course, I mean, the word that you media people use is abandoned, so it's fair to use abandoned. Within a space of 2017 up to 2020, Get Fund had been able to complete over 1,001 of them. And of course, it's still counting. So yes, we encountered a very huge challenge, a very huge gap within the education system. Of course, if you want to even widen the scope of the conversation, it's not only limited to the education system, but we will limit ourselves here for the purpose of the conversation that we are having. So yes, we have been addressing it head on. I just mentioned that even at the basic school level, we had about 887 projects from the ministry. Get Fund is also doing this. And if you look at even the securitization of Get Fund, for instance, for the $1.5 billion loan, for instance, you realize that the first tranche was for infrastructure at the secondary schools level, of course, to address the challenge of the double track. The second tranche was also to go to the tertiary, and that, because at the end of the day, if you produce, give access to a lot of people at the secondary level, you have to address the challenge of also accommodation at the tertiary level. So even at the tertiary space, for instance, even in colleges of education.
Okay, so that has to do with the second tranche. What about the basic level?
The third tranche is also, I mean, per the framework of how the money is going to be used. The third tranche, for instance, in terms of the massiveness and aggression, is supposed to also tackle the basic school level. But beyond that, I have demonstrated to you that even though the challenge has been systemic, the Ministry of Education, under the leadership of Dr. Oseduchum, has been able to cause a lot of reforms.
Okay.
I gave you I gave you
all right.
context.
Let me bring in Dr. Peter Ante here. He is the executive director for the Institute for Education Studies. He's been around for quite a long time. Doc, you understand the education system. The ministry is telling us that they've done a lot of things to tackle this systemic challenge that we do face with our education. What do you foresee has been the challenge? And with what the ministry is telling us, is it what is transpiring on the ground? How do we move from where we are today to ensure that we are we solve this? I mean, if not 100%, at least 80 or 90.
Hello.
Dr. Ante, did you hear my question?
For me?
Yes.
Yeah, my network is not helping me this morning.
Okay, but did you hear the question?
Yeah, I didn't. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm asking that with what the ministry is saying, telling us that they've done some things to correct the systemic challenge of infrastructure in our schools. What is the reality on the ground, and how does that go to help us deal with the challenges with our basic school system?
Right. Thank you very much. Let me be frank with you. I used to believe that we will not be able to do much about the state of infrastructure in our basic schools. I used to believe that until about 4 or 5 years ago, when I had opportunity to start working with the MS data on the MS data, and I have delved into that data for the past 4 years. Now, if anybody tells you that the ministry or any official is not aware of the state of our education infrastructure across the country, that person is not telling you the truth. Because every year we collect a lot of data on school infrastructure, and of course, my specialty is in education infrastructure, so I understand the terrain very well. We collect a lot of data on school infrastructure. That data is a school-based data. What that means is that every year we know the number of desks in each classroom in every basic school in this country. Every year we know the number of teachers, we know the number of desks, we know the state of our buildings. So by a click of a button, we know whatever is going on in every basic school in terms of infrastructure in this country. And that data is collected every year. That's what they call the annual school census survey. Now, what pragmatic steps have you put in place to ensure that this district, this is the nature of infrastructure in that particular district? And of course, if you look at the literature now, infrastructure does not necessarily mean the state of a school building. It goes beyond that. It looks into the human resource base in that particular school. It looks into what we call operational equipment, and like access road, electricity, because we are doing ICT. So electricity, water, places of convenience, and so on and so forth. And these things I'm talking about, or these variables I'm looking at, are all captured every year and then sent to the Ministry of Education. So if you still have schools that are in such deplorable state, if you have district directors that are complaining about the lack of chairs and the lack of desks and the lack of teachers in a particular school, what it simply means is that our system have not been designed to solve these basic problems in our basic school system. That is what it means. And because the system has not been designed to solve these basic problems, we will continue to have these challenges. One of the variables that we capture every year is the nature of the school building. And if you look at that particular variable, you will see that it tells you whether the school needs minor repairs or it needs major repairs. So every year, like where my brother Richard is, every year that particular school is recorded as needing major repairs. So what's used is that data when we collect this every year and nothing substantial is done about it. And this has a bearing on the kind of education that we are giving our kids, because the kids need a very serene environment to be able to have the confidence to even study. The teachers need the comfort to be able to deliver the content. So if you are having an infrastructure that does not promote quality, good learning, then it means that you are not even providing the kind of education that your wards need. Of course, we have all witnessed instances where school buildings have collapsed and students have injured. We have seen instances where animals, dangerous animals like snakes and other things have entered classrooms and so on and so forth. And these are things that potentially would not enable you deliver quality education. Finally, let me even add this one. Let me add this before you come in.
Okay.
Our quality standards as a country and global standards ensure or require that we have certain benchmarks. So, for example, in terms of DEXs, we are saying that there should be one student to one DEX. In terms of textbook, we say that there should be one textbook to one student. In terms of teacher-student ratio, we are saying that at the basic level, it should be 1:25 or 1:35. These are quality standards, and we are not meeting any of these standards. How much more would we say that we are delivering some sort of education to our wards?
Okay. Doc, in the next minute, what must change for us to get the desired outcome of making sure that our basic school level have the right infrastructure that will promote good quality learning, teaching and learning?
The first thing is that we need to have a plan. So I want to see a Minister of Education coming and saying that this is the state that I came to meet. In this region, these are the number of schools that need major repairs. These are the number of schools that need this number of desks. And by the time that Minister of Education is leaving, he's able to say that when I came, these are the number of schools that needed this and that in terms of infrastructure. And I've been able to move them from this percentage to that percentage. I want to see a Minister of Education coming who would tax regional and district directors to make this a priority. If you have a plan, that every day, nowadays, you just have to just feed this data into a software. You can put this in Power BI, and then you just click and you know this district, this is the infrastructure state. So as you improve the infrastructure, you will see that these things are being improved. These are things that we need to do. And it requires that we have a plan, and that plan needs to be headed by somebody who believes that he wants to leave a legacy in terms of a basic school infrastructure.
So for you, for now, there's no plan?
Sure, there's no plan. There's no plan. And that is why everybody is moving their wards to private schools.
Okay. All right. Kwesi, so, listening to Doc, it tells that the system itself is not designed in a way to help us deal with the challenges. When are we going to have that plan that is to communicate to everybody this is how the ministry intends to deal with the challenges in the basic education sector?
We have moved beyond plan. Ours is implementation. The talk is too much. This whole point about theoretizing everything. I've given you data. If you want the breakdown, I'm going to give to you where we are having the infrastructure development. You can check it for yourself. But you see, first of all, I want to address Peter. Nobody in the Ministry of Education has ever denied has never denied knowledge of the existing state of our infrastructure. I think we are even almost at the same level when it comes to the conversation that we are having, because we admit there is a challenge. We admit there is a solution. There has to be a solution. And I am telling you from the Ministry of Education's perspective that this is what we have been able to do within this short.
So, I mean, you say that between 2020 and 2021, you've been able to supply a dual desk, 70,000 of them. I mean, they're between 20, you've also done some 887 infrastructure project. But nationally, what is our furniture deficit? Do we know? Okay, it looks like we lost Kwesi Kwarteng, but Peter Ante is still with me. Peter, so multimedia is implementing the classroom project. How does that also help in helping us deal with the whole infrastructure deficit at the basic level?
Thank you. I don't understand what Kwesi means by theory. I don't know what he means by that. If you have a data that you collect every year and you are not making use of the data and we point it out to you, that is not theory. if they are working with the data, multimedia will not have to embark on this particular project because they would know that in this particular region, not each region, this is the state of infrastructure, and therefore there will be a targeted intervention to supply that particular region with what they need. You see, these are the kind of attitude that people put up that we will continue to have problems with our educational system because they do not want to admit where the problem is. Okay. You have been, you are saying that you have made some progress, but you have been collecting this data every now and then. How come that we are not seeing that improvement in our basic education infrastructure? So nobody is talking about theory here. They should just look at their own data and they would know that we are not doing well. And that is why I said again that people are moving their works from the public basic school system, which is free, to private schools, which are collecting huge sums of money, and people are struggling to pay, but they are not ready to take their works to a public basic school system because we all know what the challenges are. So you don't come and say somebody's talking about theory. Okay. What is theory?
But Peter, if you look at what multimedia is doing, how does that also help deal with the challenge?
It brings the challenge to the fore.
I mean, with our classroom project, which we are constructing one at Bremen Jamra, is that the way to go? I mean, private individuals taking the initiative to say, let's provide infrastructure where we can.
So let's even use that as an example. You remember when that incident happened? All the attention was drawn there. I remember a lot of prominent people visited the place. Yeah. So if he is saying that they have made an improvement, how come that school is still the way it is? So let's stop this kind of attitude of not admitting the challenges that we are facing as a country. And then let's push our leaders to do the right thing.
Okay.
What multimedia is doing is the way to go. We need other people, because sometimes government feels that they are not interested in doing some of these things. We need private individuals to also step in, NGOs, donor organizations and other things, to also step in and help provide the needed infrastructure for our schools. But we need to let government understand that there is a responsibility to provide quality education for our children. And if you're able to make the public school system, the basic public school system very, very good, nobody will be struggling to take their work to the private school system.
Grateful to you, Dr. Peter Ante is the Executive Director for the Institute for Education Studies. Well, if you want to contribute towards building that Bremen Jamra school, kindly send your contribution via Momo to 059303 8832 0593 038832. The account name is the Multimedia Group Limited. For bank transfers, please send to Access Bank Ghana Limited, account number 0090101054191 0090101054191. Castle Road Branch, Accra. The branch code is 009. The Swift code is ABNGGHAC. ABNGGHAC. You may also call 0242-161570 for more enquiries. 0242-161570 for more enquiries. The Classroom Project, promoting social justice through philanthropy. This is still News Desk on the JoyNews channel. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more, including business.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Blochem Industries Limited, producers of Bell mineral water and beverages, has held the final draw for its Bell Chill and Win promo. The lucky winner was awarded a Kia Picanto car. Here's more in this report.
Bell Beverages Ghana says its Chill and Win promo is aimed at giving back to its customers as well as appreciating its loyal distributors across the country. Magnus Day is marketing manager at Blochem Industries.
1 million people at least have participated in this draw when we started, and we've given over 50,000 prize items, which amounted to about $1 1 million Ghana cedi to Ghanaians. This has been the maiden one. We are looking forward to do second and third edition of Bell, Chill and Win promo.
Winner of the Bell Chill and Win promo final draw, Inshra Frimpomadia, is a fresh student pursuing Doctor of Optometry at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. She won the draw in her final year at the Kumasi Wesley Girls Senior High School in the Ashanti region.
My father told me about it because I'm a fan of squeeze. I like it. So my father told me about it and I decided to do it. So then it got to a time every morning I send some to school. Every morning I use it as breakfast. I send some to school. So it was like I should place 20 in an envelope, then we go drop it in their hostel. I did some, and I was even in school. I was about to write Wasi when they came and was like, I'm the ultimate winner.
In the year 2023, Blowchem Industries promises exciting products and offers.
In 2023, we have a lot of things in play. You also observe that we have Bell Pack Tissues. Bell Pack Tissues is the #1 paper tissue brand on the market. So going into 2023, there's a lot of big projects for the brand. Awesome stuff. Bell Aqua is launching new SKUs all the time, new premium drinks all the time. We have the Alka Plus, which has increased the alkaline level in the water. So there's a lot of big stuff coming from Bell Aqua. We never sleep.
For the entry requirement, customers must purchase Bell beverage products in order to enter the lottery. A minimum of 20 labels are removed and put in an envelope with names and phone numbers of the customer. The envelope can be delivered to any Bell beverage distributor and depots across the country. For JoyNews, Mona Lisa Frimpong reporting.
One lucky winner. Well, bulk oil distribution companies are warning that fuel prices could soon return to the high levels experienced last year. That's if measures are not taken to quickly stabilize the city. Here's Georgia Fish report.
The local currency is said to have depreciated by more than 5% already against the US dollar in the first 2 weeks of this month. This actually saw some of the bulk oil distribution companies review the payment terms for selling the products to the oil marketing companies and in some cases return to cash and carry. Some of the oil marketing companies have told Joy Business that they had to pay more in terms of cedis with the same quantity of petroleum products that they were buying last month. This resulted in prices going up by more than 1 Ghana cedi for a litre from January 16th this month. Two of the major oil marketing companies, that is Total Energies and Gulf, have already adjusted their prices. The oil marketing companies have told Joy Business that the city's depreciation was a major reason for the increase in prices of petroleum products at the pumps from this Monday. This because prices of finished petroleum products have not witnessed any significant increase on the world market. The bulk oil distribution firms are worried that if the city's situation doesn't improve anytime soon, they could be getting back to those high levels in December last year in terms of prices of petroleum products that might not be good for consumers.
And that's Business News Desk returns after this break.
Welcome back from the break. Now, residents of Amakom in Kumasi are concerned about the spike in robbery cases. In recent days, criminals have turned the neglected Kumasi Children's Park into their haven to subject the unsuspecting public to armed attacks. Love FM's Nana Boachi Dankwayadom visited the enclave in a report.
Kumasi Children's Park at Amakom has been non-functional for over 2 decades. The enclave is overgrown and serves as a hideout for criminals who rob passers-by of their belongings. Residents and others commuting around the park often fall prey to these criminals.
So after several years of neglect and inactivity, this is the state of the Amakom Children's Park. The dilapidated Children's Park has now turned into a haven for criminals.
Residents want the park to be free of hooligans. Nothing works over here, so we are suffering as a community. There is nothing positive. There are always murder cases.
Na community na assemblyman ne committee for na the bia dey yesobre main road no ahopa na ombejina.
The main road is where they stand to stop people.
Otongure mu a so untimi na chi etimia mani mahu bi van say dey mehu ya boy blabi no won na tiafo kwanta ha be say 2-3 years ago.
They stabbed one man I know. He was coming from Afokwanta. And when he got down, they quickly rushed him.
The criminal cases are enormous. You can't pass here at 7:30 p.m.
Boys too. Omufrinyura yimu across okwana gesu nam hase. Tina me de ka baba kukuta brantan se. Eno ogina kwa ni vinvinti me gina na me bo aben pe. Obeso obetwe ne ho kra. Kopim se wo mo je gas ne bag no no mo di mirika san be wura bushi hase.
And that's how we call it today here on this bulletin. There's more news on my JoyNews.com. Enjoy the rest of our programs and have a good day.